classmates nyo? Nasa 30 something pa lang kayo dito. Sige, let's wait a little longer. Konti. Mga 16 na rin naman na kayo. So, Dr. Degrano and I will just flash a few questions from your first and second long exams as your feedback for today. So, we browsed through the item analysis. We looked at yung mga certain questions na mukhang nahirapan kayo na i-determine kung ano yung tamang sagot. So, we'll just flash a few questions for you guys. And if you have any questions, just message us. Just turn on your microphone if you want to ask something. Okay? So for the first long exam, ay, saan na yun? Ay. So question number one, yung isa na nahirapan kayo, a boxer was referred by an optometrist to an ophthalmologist due to uncorrectable blurring of vision. The ophthalmologist noted a traumatic cataract on the left eye. The lens was tremulous and may possibility na weak zonules. So this finding is called, ayan, nandiyan naman na, phycodonesis. So medyo ano lang siya, remembering term. So, phacodonesis, kapag nakita nyo na sa slit lang, yung lens ng mata nanginginig, yeah, that's phacodonesis. Iridodonesis, iba yun. Marcus Cone pupil, or APD, and none of the above, syempre, hindi siya yung sagot. Question ba? Iridodonesis kapag yung iris, yung nanginginig kapag nakita nyo sa slit lamp. Pero phacodonesis lens, phaco, nanginginig yung lens. Okay, sir? Hello.
Yes.
Ayun, sir. Sige. Next slide.
Hi.
70-year-old woman complains of eye redness in both eyes associated with tearing and foreign body sensation. She claims that her symptoms worsen upon exposure to electric fan or aircon. Upon examination, there was a slightly decreased vision with minimal eye discharge. What is her likely diagnosis? So, based pa lang sa case, mapapaisip ka na most likely nagda-dry yung mata. Pag nahanginan, natapatan ng electric fan, natapatan sa aircon o malamig na lugar, ayun, parang nagkakaroon siya ng foreign body, humahapdi yung mata, sumasakit. And alam naman natin na kapag medyo nagda-dry yung mata, pwedeng magkaroon ng transient blurring of vision. Kaya dyan nakalagay na there was a slightly decreased vision with minimal eye discharge. So kapag nagda-dry din yung mata, pwede siya magkaroon ng minimal discharge para maibsan yung pagka-dry niya. So yun yung reaction ng mata sa dry eye eh. Pero dun sa choices, walang dry eye. You can rule out allergic conjunctivitis kasi wala namang nakalagay dun na allergic yung woman sa kung anong bagay. Wala rin naman dun sa question na may tumama sa mata niya, may nakapuwing. Mukhang hindi rin naman siya viral conjunctivitis kasi transient lang naman yung mga symptoms niya. Pero ano tong keratoconjunctivitis, Ika? So, that's just a fancy term for dry eye. So, kaya yun yung sagot. Okay? Questions ba? Just turn on your microphone if you want to ask something, guys, ha? Okay? Para tayo live selling today. Sige. Question number 3. Oh, ito medyo dapat more of imagination siya kung paano mo sasagutin. So, the image that is focused in front of the macula is seen in patients with myopia. So, alam naman natin na bilog yung mata, mula sa labas, papasok yung ilaw, tatama sa cornea, tatama sa lens. Yung lens, alam natin may converging power yan. So, kapag nag-converge yung ilaw, na pag nag-converge, pag tumama sa lens, ang question na lang is kung saan tatama yung convergent na light rays. So, kapag tumama siya in front of the macula, in front of the retina, myopic yung patient. Kasi usually kapag myopic yung patient, sa halip na bilog yung mata, mas mahaba. Kapag mas mahaba yung mata, more or less yung mga convergent rays sa harap ng macula tatama. So, that is myopia. So, huwag tayo malito doon, eh. Kasi yung next question na medyo nahirapan din kayo is paano naman kapag yung image nag-focus behind the macula? So, hyperopia naman yun. So, sa hyperopia, sa halip na bilog yung mata, mas maikli siya. So, kapag mas maikli yung mata, yung ilaw na nagko-converge, lalagpas sa retina, lalagpas sa macula, tatama siya behind, magko-converge siya behind sa macula, sa retina, kaya hyperopic yung pasyente. So, more of imagination yun, kaya kailangan medyo alam nyo yung concepts about it. Emetropia, kapag tumama sa mismong retina yung image, so maganda yung grado ng pasyente, wala siyang grado at all. Presbyopia is, yan namang may gustong sumagot. Ano yung presbyopia? Para hindi naman ako yung nagsasalita lang. Hindi lang kami ni Sir Louie. Wala. Kapag
Alam nila yan.
alam nila yan.
Alam ng preceptorial ko yan.
Kapag presbyopic yung patient, usually 40 and pataas na, 40 years old pataas, yung lens nahihirapan na mag-accommodate, nahihirapan na siya mag-accommodate, kaya yung mga bagay-bagay na malapit, medyo nahihirapan na. Kaya sa halip na malinaw, kailangan niya mag-reading glasses. So, that's presbyopia. Okay? Okay, we move on to the next question. Ito, nahirapan din kayo dito. Ito more of definition of terms lang talaga. Kaya kailangan alam nyo kung ano ibig sabihin no with the rule astigmatism. Dinefine niya lang eh. Regular astigmatism is seen if the principal meridians are perpendicular or 90 degrees apart. Kapag yung steeper meridian is nasa 90 degrees, that's with the rule astigmatism. Siyempre, kapag nasa 180, against the rule yun. Okay? Nag-define lang siya ng term. Okay? Wala nang tatanong. Okay. Sige, sorry. Question number 6 pa. So, ito. Sorry, hindi pa napalitan yung question. In a patient with myopia, correction by corneal refractive surgery is done by flattening the cornea. So, ano natin explain to. Sa pasyente na myopic, so bilog nga yung sa halip na bilog yung mata, mas mahaba. So kailangan mo na yung refractive surgery, ang chine-change is yung cornea sa harap. So gusto mo na i-flatten yung cornea para nang sa ganun mas pumunta sa likod yung yung light rays. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's flattening the cornea. Okay? Sige. Next question. Which is not an ocular abnormality in appearance. So, medyo napaisip din ako dito these questions are not from us, from our lecturers to. Pero, what is not an ocular abnormality in appearance? Ptosis, nakabagsak yung eyelid. Proptosis, nakaluwa yung eye mismo. Leukocoria, merong puti dun sa lens. Puti yung lens, kaya leuco, white, coria is lens. And oscillopsia is a visual disturbance. Yung surroundings, na pag tinignan ng pasyente, ang kino-complain ng pasyente, parang tumatalon-talon, nagva-vibrate. So technically, it's not in appearance, it's a complaint by the patient. Yung
It's a
tatlo,
visual phenomenon.
yes sir. So yung tatlo, abnormality in appearance, magiging abnormal yung appearance ng pasyente. Pero yung oscillopsia, visual disturbance, visual phenomenon. Kaya, yun yung sagot. Okay? Ano lang, question?
Ako naman, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Sige.
Sige, sir. Ayun, next question. Number 7.
Okay. All right. The question is accidental contact of the eye to specific chemicals cause desiccation or melting of the cornea. This includes the following. So, ang tanong is a chemical corneal injury or a chemical corneal burn.
Mm-mm.
So, the choices are an alkali, liquid sosa, lye, or muriatic acid. So, sa testmanship, you know that the first three actually refer to the same thing.
Mm.
Okay. So, those are all alkali or base,
Mm.
whereas the last choice is an acid. So, that is the answer to this question.
Mm.
Okay.
In addition, so yung ano kasi is melting of the cornea. So alkali substances, liquefaction necrosis yun. So nagme-melt yung cornea. Whereas kapag acid, it's often associated with coagulation necrosis. Kaya, ayun. Additionally,
Good.
yun yung sagot.
All right.
Sige, next question.
So the next one is chronic exposure to UV rays of the sun and extremely hot environment lead to the development of what eye conditions?
Mhm.
All right. So the answer to this question is all of the above. No?
Mhm.
All are due to prolonged exposure to UV radiation, leading to, in the first case, in pterygium, it leads to a proliferation of fibrovascular tissue. Sa pangalawa, it's what causes the symptoms of dry eye syndrome kasi meron kang evaporative na dry eye. And then cataract also, it's said, apart from age, apart from metabolism, chronic exposure to UV rays of the sun is also what predisposes us to the development of cataract. So the answer is all of the above.
Yes, all of the above. Not sure nga bakit medyo may nahirapan sila sir dito, no? Kasi
Yeah.
typically yung pterygium at saka cataract, alam mo associated with UV exposure from the sun. That means all of the above na. Kasi kung hindi ka sigurado sa dry eye, sigurado ka sa unang dalawa, sa dalawa.
Yep.
Okay. So, yun. Yun yung mga questions na nahirapan kayo for the first long exam. May questions ba, guys? Wala.
Okay, there none. Very good.
None?
Naintindihan na nila.
Okay. Second long exam feedback. Okay, so may ilang questions din na nahirapan kayo. So, question number 1. In thyroid eye disease, which extraocular muscle is most commonly affected first? May ano dito sir, 'di ba may acronym atang binibigay dito sir, tama ba?
Na mnemonics.
Yes sir.
Hindi ko maalala.
Yung I am slow. Kapag thyroid eye
Okay.
disease, hypothyroid, mabagal. So kapag I am slow, inferior rectus, I am medial rectus affected afterwards. So inferior rectus yan.
Hindi
Common.
naturo nung lecturer yan.
Oh, parang matagal na sir. Parang sa ano yun, sa boards yun eh. Sige, ayun. So medyo ano na yan, kailangan alalahanin lang. Question number 2. Compensatory head tilt away from the affected side is most characteristic of which cranial nerve palsy? SO. So superior oblique cranial nerve. Number 4. Compensatory head tilt away from the affected side. Mm. So, ayan. Dito, nakaganyan siya. Gumaganon yung pasyente.
Okay.
Nagtilted. Okay. Ito medyo mahirap talaga yung mga NO questions, no? So, question number 3. Which finding suggests supranuclear gaze palsy rather than a cranial nerve palsy? Sige, so ang sagot doon, both eyes cannot move to one side, but there is no diplopia. Since supranuclear gaze palsy involves damage to the areas of the brain above the cranial nerve nuclei that coordinate conjugate gaze. Yan. So, medyo mahirap siya. May additional ba kayo dito? So, medyo mahirap siyang i-explain eh. I,
Ano yan eh,
uh,
memory talaga.
yes sir eh.
Anyway, that's the answer given to us.
Okay, sorry. Next. Sir, sa inyo na to. Sa inyo na
With
po.
what percentage, sorry, of the vitreous used of water? So again, this is the memory lang ulit, no? So the answer in most texts is 80%. So
Mm,
the remainder is made up of substances such as collagen, hyaluronic acid, etc., etc. But in the majority, it's made of water. Okay.
mm,
So because of the other components of the vitreous, kahit water yung 80% sa kanya, if you handle the vitreous per se, the vitreous is a very cohesive body,
mm,
and meaning it moves with the rest of the vitreous matter. So that's because of the other components apart from the water. But majority of it, gawa siya sa tubig lang.
okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay,
So
so
80%.
kailangan alalahanin din yan. Next question, sa inyo pa rin po, sir.
Okay, so in DM retinopathy, microaneurysms are the earliest clinical sign. Which physiological process occurring at the capillary level is responsible for their formation? So when you have a lot of circulating sorbitol in your bloodstream because of your diabetes, sorbitol is toxic to the cells that we call the pericytes. The pericytes are the supporting structures ng ating capillaries. So when you have loss of the pericytes, you lose the structural support given by the pericytes, then the capillary walls will form outpouchings. Okay? Mostly, kasi nga wala ng pericytes. So uh, that is what's responsible for the formation of the microaneurysms at the capillary level.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sa inyo pa rin to, sir. Puro ano to.
The leading cause of vision loss in diabetic patients. You might think na syempre proliferative diabetic retinopathy will give you bleeding into the eye, traction retinal detachments, and of course those do cause vision loss. Pero numerically or statistically speaking, lahat ng diabetic retinopathy patients, regardless of the stage of retinopathy, whether proliferative or non-proliferative, the leading cause of vision loss or a visual impairment is diabetic macular edema.
Mm,
Okay? So inulit na natin yan sa lecture nyo.
mm.
Okay?
Thank you, sir. Okay, question number 7. In a cooperative patient who has higher threshold for discomfort, cataract surgery may be performed under this type of anesthesia. So, all of these pwedeng gawin na anesthesia para sa mga pasyenteng nag-undergo ng cataract surgery. Kung medyo panlito lang talaga yung may higher threshold, pero ang question niya talaga is may be performed under this type of anesthesia. Pwede ka mag-topical lang, pamatak lang na drops. Kung kailangan ng retrobulbar, mag-inject ka ng anesthesia sa likod ng mata. Peribulbar, around lang around sa mata yung injection. So lahat 'yun pwedeng gamitin na anesthesia para sa pasyenteng mag-undergo ng cataract surgery. Panlito
I
lang
think,
talaga yung
yeah,
panlito yung first
the
phase.
students just have to be aware na the opposite is if a patient has a low threshold for pain
Mm,
or is hyper anxious or is deaf or is retarded, the option is to do surgery under general
mm,
anesthesia.
yes,
Itong
sir.
choices na binigay sa inyo, ang implication dito is that these are all done with a patient who is completely awake.
Mm,
Okay.
yes. Thank you, sir. Okay, number 8, last question. Which of the following ocular diseases does not present with ciliary injection? So, yun, kaka-explain ko lang dun sa recent lecture about uveitis kung ano yung ciliary
Oo nga.
injection. Mapula yung paligid ng limbus, pulang-pula yung gilid, compared dun sa mga conjunctival injection na halos buong mata, pulang-pula, pero may konting sparing ng limbal air na mapula. So, yun yung ciliary injection. So, kung hindi mo sigurado kung ano yung ciliary injection, hindi mo alam kung ano 'tong mga 'to, actually, you can take off kung ano yung mga mukhang malala eh. Like
Yeah.
uveitis, malala. Acute angular closure glaucoma, naku, lalong malala. Microbial keratitis, malala. So, most likely, may ciliary injection yun. Yung pinaka-benign na lang na disease dito is yung allergic conjunctivitis, which will present with conjunctival injection. So, generally mapula yung mata, pero yung ciliary area, yung limbal area, hindi masyadong mapula. Okay? May,
Okay.
may dagdag kayo, sir.
Siguro they just have to remember na pag sinabing ciliary injection, the other term for it is circumcorneal injections. Okay, so it's around the cornea. So anything that involves the cornea or the anterior segment will cause inflammation of that set of blood vessels.
Okay.
Yan.
Sir, may isang clarification po dun sa vitreous na tawag dito na
Question?
yes, sir. Ay, sorry. Stop share. Parang 99 daw, sir. Tama ba?
Saan ko siya mahanap po?
Ano ko ba ito? Saan sa inyo?
Chat?
Ito, sir, may sinend po ako sa inyo. Ayan. May sinend po yung isang student. Iba daw po yung nasa lecture.
Ano yung nakalagay sa lecture? Kasi lecture yan ni Dr. Sel.
99? 99 daw po yung water.
Okay, pero sa answer key nakalagay 80. Sige, we'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
Kasi we have to confer with your lecturer.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Sige po, guys. Wala nang question? Wala nang ibang question? We'll get back onto you about that, ha? Going once? Going twice? Okay. So, bye-bye, guys. Thank you, sir.
Bye. See you. Thank you, Paul.
Bye. Good
Bye.
afternoon,
Yes.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you po, Doc.